all-purpose flour, 1 2/3 cup. And now for the bran. The secret behind my bran muffins, which are actually kind of light and fluffy, is that I use 2 types. I do use wheat bran, 3/4 cup, and I just add that right in. The second bran I use is the surprise one. I use oat bran. This adds lightness to the muffin recipe because oat bran really fluffs up as it cooks. 3/4 cup of oat bran. Now for the baking powder, a tablespoon, which is the same as 3 teaspoons. That is a lot of baking powder, but it ensures that these muffins are light and fluffy. A teaspoon of baking soda, and for a little flavor, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I just have to give this a quick stir to combine it. I don't bother sifting it because the bran, of course, would get caught in the sifter, but that bran itself kind of loosens up the flour. Now it's time for the wet ingredients. You may have noticed I haven't added any sugar to my muffin recipe. That's because I rely on the combination of applesauce and maple syrup for the sweetness. 1 cup of applesauce. Make sure you're using unsweetened applesauce. I measure them into a separate bowl. 1/2 cup of maple syrup. And now for the oil. I use a modest amount of oil in this recipe, 1/4 cup to make 48 mini muffins. I'll add 2 eggs. And I'll just give this a quick whisk. This recipe comes together so easily that I would even make it on a weeknight. Then I can make a batch of the mini muffins and freeze them and have them on hand whenever I need them. You may find when you're making your bran muffin batter that it seems rather fluid, but that bran, the combination of the wheat and the oat bran, will expand, absorb that liquid, and they will come out light and fluffy, but nice and moist too. Now the last thing, the little extras. Of course, you can add whatever you like. I'm a big fan of raisins in my bran muffins. You could leave them plain, or something like dried blueberries would be fantastic. Whatever you choose to add, make sure it's a cup. I've lined my muffin tins with paper liners, which makes cleaning up so easy. I love cooking, but probably one of my least favorite jobs is cleaning out a muffin tin. I just use a little ice cream scoop. It makes tidy work of filling my muffin cups. These really are like the perfect little energy gem. Just a quick bite, a hint of sweetness, but truly very healthy. A little muffin batter goes a long way when you're making mini muffins. This makes 48. Great, now these are ready for the oven, which I've preheated to 375. And because of their small size, they only take 12 to 14 minutes. Look at these, they're so cute, and they smell incredible. Now, to check the doneness, I just drop in a skewer. When it comes out clean, you know they're done. There we go. I do like to turn the muffins out within 10 minutes of pulling them from the oven. That way, you don't get any condensation. There we go, a tumbling of muffins. And I'll put them on the cooling rack. If you want to make these ahead to freeze, just let them cool completely and then just pack them up in a resealable bag and throw them in the freezer. Because of their size, I love that they're a great kind of pick up and go treat. You can enjoy them just as they are. Ooh, still warm. A little bit of cream cheese maybe, or butter. My friend Jen loves a piece of cheddar cheese with her bran muffins. Oh, look at this, so moist. Nice. So now that we can check healthy muffins off our list, it's time to get a little more decadent with classic blueberry streusel muffins.